Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so just take what works for you and leave the rest. This is also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. If it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that could give you further clarity as to the situation now. All right, we have the Hierophant as the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. The Hierophant represents justice coming through. He's responsible for bringing justice through. It's also talking about traditional structure. So the justice begins on the spiritual realm, and this would represent, if you're a religious person, it would represent people at the top of your religion, in your church, etc. Popes, cardinals, bishops, that type of energy, gurus. And if you're more a spiritual person, that would represent meditation and prayer, to go straight to the source, to God, and no intermediary. That coming down into the legal systems around the world. So that's the Hierophant energy. He's got his right hand in the form of a blessing, saying that when this justice does come through, it will be a blessing for you. This is the Ace of Swords. So the aces represent a new energy coming in, and this is a reward for being on your path, and it's talking about the gift of truth. So when the truth will set you free. This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. So this could be, if you're looking for truth to come in, some form of justice, this timing is really good. The astrological energy is really strong for that. Wheel of Fortune is also talking about this coming in very soon here. The wheel is clicking. It's turning in your favor. This represents the past, the present, and the future coming together in synchronicity. And it's talking about, a turn in your fortune for the better. This is talking about the three wheels actually coming together. And on one of those wheels, we actually have the Hebrew letters of the name of God, which is tetragrammaton. This is a sacred geometric symbol representing unity and the perfect order of the universe and of the beautiful earth we live on. This is the Five of Swords, representing the swords in tarot represent the element of air, and so this is your thoughts, your mental intelligence, discipline of your mind. This card is talking about cutthroat energy. It's talking about this person has had to take a risk to really stand up for his truth. So that might be the energy you're in, and that's why you're looking for divine intervention here. He has clearly battled with two other people at this point, and he's like, is there any more takers? Because he's willing to risk what he has to have the truth and be where he wants to be. This card also can represent, this is talking about outer conflict, but it can also represent inner conflict. And it can be actually three versions of the same person. So this could represent your inner conflict, your subconscious mind, which is developed by the time you're around 6 or 7. And this energy, this mind, the subconscious mind, when we're a baby, we're like sponges. So we soak in our environment at a very high level, as well as the thoughts and the values of the people in charge of our care. And so this, because we don't have memory of that time of our life, usually until around around kindergarten age, we have to rely on the thoughts of others. This energy is heavily imprinted on us. So when we get into battles like this, like of conflict that are really challenging, we have a tendency, just the subconscious mind is so heavily imprinted on us, that's the first thoughts that come to us. And it's not always the most reliable, because it's actually the thoughts of the people who were in charge of our care when we were very young. The unconscious mind represents our spiritual needs. And, a lot of people will say, yes, I'm a human being with a soul, but this energy is saying, from the soul's perspective, hey, I'm a soul and I'm traveling in a human body, and my needs need to be met. And if they're not met, then the soul will start arguing with the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. Now he's got a handle on the conscious mind. That's directly what he has, actions that he's taken that he has clear memory of, and he's conscious of it. Then we have this energy here of the Three of Cups. Cups in tarot represent love. Now this quite often is romantic love, but it also can be love of anyone or anything, and even something you love to do or be. So there's 3 cups that are spilt here, and if you've ever heard the saying, crying over spilt milk, this represents that energy. These are spilt and there's no way of recovering it. This is talking about some sort of loss that you can't possibly recover, and you just have to accept it. In this case, we have 2 glasses of wine, and then we have a third glass. We don't know what the substance in that glass is, but whatever it is, it's been poisonous to the relationship. Quite often, this will represent a third-party involvement in a romantic partnership. And the best thing that you can do at this point is turn around and notice, hey, there's 2 cups standing, and pick them up and walk down the path over the bridge, over troubled water, and go to the castle. Now you'll notice the castle in the background, it's half standing and half dilapidated. So this is representing that energy. How are you going to deal with this now? What will your attitude be? Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? This is about being grateful for what you have and appreciating it so that you can move forward at least with that. And reconciliation here. So the 6 of Cups represents reconciliation. It can be reconciliation with another person, but it also quite often represents reconciliation with your past. Again, talking about, having some sort of loss. It could be in romance, but sometimes this can actually represent the subconscious mind, like thoughts that are from the subconscious mind affecting you still, even, from your childhood, that you haven't been able to resolve as of yet. There's a lot of illusions in this card. We have 2, when we first glance at it, it looks like there's 2 children playing in the yard with these flowers and someone's watching over them in the distance there. But when you look again, you realize, wait a minute, this is a gnome and this is a little woman. And this little woman, she's wearing this white mitt. She's like, she doesn't want to get her hands dirty. When you look at her from the back, she looks like an old hag, and she's walking away. And when you look at her from the front, she looks like a young woman. And it's like the old hag is saying, we don't want your damn flowers, put them down. We're going, like that. She's very blunt. And the young woman is trying to be nice. And so this is asking, if people come from your past come in that you've already let go of, are you going to be a people pleaser? Are you going to, or are you going to stand up for yourself? And then we also have this person in the background actually isn't looking over the children, he's walking away. Even the flowers in the pots represent an illusion, because white flowers in tarot represent innocence, but these flowers are datra, and this is from the nightshade family. So you would never let children play with it or pets around it, because it's highly toxic if it's ingested. And so, they can become very ill. And sometimes shamans use this datra to heal childhood, fears and weaknesses holding us back. But the shamans, they know what they're doing. They've been training for centuries in this, and it's for adults. You would never let children around this plant. This is talking about the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is representing someone who uses their mind and their intellect to earn for their career. And someone who understands the power of words and is very good at using words. The King of Swords understands that words can be used as weapons as well as to uplift others. This would be someone likely in the profession of like a politician energy, kings would be someone high up, president, prime minister, Congress, Senate, someone that's a minister, high up. There's someone that has, if it's a lawyer energy, quite often this can be, people who deal with the court systems. And especially with the Hierophant here, that's a distinct possibility. If this is a lawyer, this would be a lawyer that would be in a partner in an established firm, a judge, a head prosecutor, that type of energy. Sometimes this energy can represent surgeons, doctors, veterinarians, that type of energy, and maybe social influencers. This could be a best-selling author. That type of energy, someone who uses their mind and their words. Now, words can be verbal or they can be written, and this is representing that energy. The King of Swords is very much aware that actions speak louder than words, and if you do give your word and you don't follow it with action, then your word is just basically useless. We have the Three of Swords here. When you look at this card at first, it's very disturbing looking, because, there's three swords in this person's heart. But when you look again, you realize, hey, that heart is actually quite big in context to the swords. So this energy is talking about, something that you can heal from. And this is talking that there needs to be some sort of forgiveness about something. And it's sitting on the past and on this lawyer energy. And we've had a relationship with possibly a third-party involvement, a lot of conflict about it, and maybe the truth has come out. So this could quite often represent maybe some sort of heartache around, a relationship that with your significant other. This can be, this third sword in between the couple. Represents that type of energy. This can also be speaking that there's a lot of gossip and slander, maybe harsh words have been spoken if there was a lot of conflict. And so this is a card that shows that there is heartache that needs to be healed, and that there needs to be some sort of forgiveness, and it looks like something that happened in the past. And then we have the Chariot is coming in. So the Chariot is talking about you're now on your destined path. And I feel that because this Chariot is showed up right after this card, it's saying that you were able to quiet your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind, the conflict between them, through meditation and prayer. And now this energy is working, plugged into your heart. So you're going after your heart's desires. That's what the Chariot represents. You're on your destined path, your path of glory. And look there's no reins required. It's like a tank. Boom, 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 boom. You're on your way. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning for fortune for the better. So this is really, really good energy. And there's another reward coming in, another ace, embracing the new energy. This is fabulous. The Pentacle energy is talking about health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. And, it's representing the element of earth, but it's in the form of a coin, because money, of course, is really significantly important when it comes to happiness on planet Earth, especially these days. So this energy is talking, though, about being rewarded for staying on your path and actually living a really, really good lifestyle. You could have all the money in the world, and still, if you don't have your health, you're not going to be living the lifestyle you want, for example. So this is talking about having the lifestyle, not just the coin. And we have, okay, so this is talking about a shortage of lifestyle. Now, this energy moving forward here, because we're on our way, this is to overcome. I feel like this is what the Wheel of Fortune is turning. This Gift of Pentacles is coming in to replace what you lost as far as your lifestyle when you were back in this situation. And sitting right on these two cards. So it's saying that this conflict that you were going through is easing off, but this conflict was a big part of the reason why. This person is why you feel that you are short, maybe a shortfall of actual money, and it could also be some sort of lifestyle issue. So there's 6 pentacles here and there's just 1 over here, and he's looking at this and recognize that, you know, there's 10 pentacles in the tarot. So if you know, if you say 10 was the most that you could have, then that would be billionaires, and 9 would be millionaires. So this is a good amount of money. This is nothing to sneeze at. And but so this person's used to being successful. But he's saying, what, I got 1 pentacle out of all of this energy and effort I poured into this. There's got to be, he doesn't understand what happened. Now, you know, it could be whatever project you were working on just isn't paying off like it normally does. And he's trying to figure out, like, is there a better way of doing something? Is this salvageable? Or should I just accept the loss here and move forward with a new project and maybe just apply what this little bit I got out of it to the next, you know, to my next project, that type of energy. And then here it's saying, well, the truth is there was sabotage and severe sabotage, and that's why this person is in this position. Okay, so this is the 10 of Swords is representing the end of a cycle. So this is talking about when the truth comes out about how this money went missing, that the Wheel of Fortune starts turning in your favor. And this energy here is talking about there's been some sort of sabotage here. This isn't like a little bit of sabotage. This is like, it could be like these 10 swords could represent energy of like 10 years, like a decade or more. It could represent something going way back to your past even. This is talking also about, it could be 10 different people. And when there's money missing like this, like when their coin is right next to this card, sitting on the truth and the Wheel of Fortune turning, you have to wonder, like, is this an annual amount of money that you were supposed to be receiving since your childhood? Because it's once a year what someone you know goes out of their way to sabotage you. And so it could have something to do with that kind of energy. This is a very difficult situation to be in. This isn't like, this can represent 10 people involved or even 10 groups of people or 1 person 10 times, but it's sitting on the truth. So the good news is the truth is coming to set you free of this energy. And do you notice he has his right hand in the form of a blessing, just as the Hierophant does. So this is saying that when the truth comes out about what the sabotage that was happening here that caused you to lose your lifestyle, you know, and some money apparently, that you know, the light at the end of the tunnel is coming, and this could be a blessing in disguise. We have this energy here of 9 of Cups. You may be a public figure. Sometimes this represents someone who is a public figure or someone who's in public office, that type of energy. Someone who has some authority in government or whatever in the background it could be, but it's a public, otherwise someone that's on stage. And this could represent your energy or someone else's energy that's involved in this situation here. And we can see here this person's on the stage, and there's 9 cups above the, is that above the head, or is it behind, or is it forward? Represent the past, present, or future. And so this is talking about, you know, like you can see from the body language here, when someone sits like this, it's actually, when your feet are pointed outward like that, it's really opening your energy up, and it's like leaking, you know, it's opening and it's leaking the energy out of your base chakra. He does have strong upper body energy that he is making an infinity symbol here. So this is someone who's used to being successful. I feel this may represent your energy here. And it's talking about, like, it's almost like a genie, like you normally have easy success, like you're good at business, you are used to having like very good results. And so this is sitting like kind of uncomfortable and losing focus a little bit because of this energy, like not wanting to be on stage and everybody going, oh yay, it's him again, and knowing that, hey, there's something really wrong here, like what's going on, that type of energy. So this is a promise of not, you know, this 9 cups coming into being, but It's saying that you need to maintain your focus here and stay focused. Don't get distracted, because you need to, like many a race is lost in the last lap. And then we have the Hermit energy. So this is, the Hermit is talking about after being in the dark night of a soul, which this is like being sabotaged and left for unalive, and it's intentional. This is not like casual, oh, we don't like that person kind of energy. This is calculated. And so the Hermit energy is after a dark night of the soul, when you've been through something like this, the Hermit climbs a mountain to isolate himself. And, you know, when his lantern fills with the light of the North Star, which is his destined path, and it shines light on his rod, that means, okay, this is the action that I'm going to take. What I learned, this is about meditation and prayer and asking God for guidance as to what my next move should be here, because he's uncertain still. He knows the truth that he's been sabotaged, and he might even know who's been involved in it, but doesn't really understand how is he going to accomplish, restitution for this. And then we have the Queen of Swords energy. So the Queen of Swords, like, she's really the first actual person other than the King of Swords to show up. And the thing is about the King and Queen of Swords, when they show up together, quite often they can represent a divorced couple. And this is the Queen of Swords is sometimes considered to be cold, like compared to the other queens. She's got her left hand out, so she's willing to receive. She wants to receive this blessing from the Hierophant. So this could be talking about the energy that you're in right now. She has learned discernment, and she has her left hand out, but she's got her right hand on her sword, and she's ready, to use it if need be. She's saying, I've been there, I've done that, I have the t-shirt. I do not want to put up with any more bullshit from you, from anyone. If I have to, you better come in correct to me and not be a liar or a cheat, or off with your head. I will have no problem making that order. And her head is above the clouds, so she understands what she will and will not accept from people at this time. She has clarity. And so if this is a couple, quite often they're the most likely to be a divorced couple. And sometimes this energy represents a divorce lawyer. So the King and Queen could be a couple, and that makes total sense with all this conflict energy. And but what's going on with this money energy? So I feel like now we know that this is the Queen of Swords energy that is wanting to know, is this like a fair settlement? I feel like that's the energy. And we have, okay, so when the Page of Cups comes in, the Page of Cups represents communication or information coming in regarding whatever situation. And this is the element of the cup. So it's regarding your love life, or something or someone you love, like the business you love, the people involved maybe in this kind of energy. Maybe they're people you love, that type of energy. The Page, they would work for the King and Queen when they were very young. Sometimes around 7 to 14 years of age. You got to remember, back in those days, they were, like the life expectancy was half of what it is now. This energy is talking about the communication. In the old days, this would always be a male, but you have to remember that the tarot cards are not gender specific. They're about masculine and feminine energy. So this could be a female with a youthful attitude, and that is delivering a message of some sort, that type of energy, or you being in that energy. So this can be talking about young love and feeling that way, whatever age you are. The communication coming in, there's a fish in this cup, and this Page, he's aware that there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's focused on this one cup, and that's where his energy is directed. Now, these days, their communication would not necessarily be in person. This could be documents coming in the mail with this energy. It could be, letters, and it could be a phone call, a text message, perhaps an email. Maybe you are on social media and someone messages you, or you see an event posted there and you attend the event, and then you bump into someone. Also, if you're looking for information, sometimes it's really good to look at the top of the pyramid, where, you know, the leaders of the country and the elite of the country, what's going on with them. Whatever's going on with them has a trickle-down effect to everybody, and depending on who you are and what's going on in your life, it can be valuable information about the situation you're in. But sometimes this Page of Cups also can represent something fishy in your love life, or something fishy about something you love or do, like in your business, or the people that you care about that were involved in this sabotage. Saying something's fishy here. I'd saying that I feel whoever this is involving, it could be people in your inner circle that you care about. Like, it's not strangers. And it could even be someone in your, well, because we have this divorce energy, there could have been this third-party involvement. And so one of these two may have been in third-party involvement. And that's, you know, something in your love relationship. If you leave a fish out of water for too long, it's going to start to smell bad. And then we have this card right here. So this is the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is saying, it's right on this information that comes in. And the Queen, this is some information clearly I feel about the King of Swords. And this energy, now this is kind of different because this is saying that she's in an elevated position. It's on her side here. And the fishy energy is coming in from this side. And it's talking about when you're in an elevated position, this card normally means that you've mastered a skill set and you're in an elevated position because of it. This could represent you're an artist or a sculptor. You know, this is beautiful stonemason work. This could represent you know, people quite often that are in the entertainment industry. This is like something that you're really good at, that you stand out and people really admire it. So you're in a really good position here. And if people are wanting to collaborate with you because they can see that you're doing, you know, that you're standing out. And so sometimes this could represent like the entertainment industry, actors, actresses, musicians. This, you know, this can also represent the energy of perhaps, you know, you've got your degree now. You've been going to, say, law school, and you've got, you have your degree now, and you're valedictorian of your class. That type of energy could represent perhaps you're a very good athlete. And these are scholarships from colleges and universities being sent your way. Or this could be scouts, actually, that you're already in the university and college and had the scholarship, and now they want you to come and play on a pro team. It's that type of energy. So this is saying whatever offers you receive here, make sure that you recognize you're in an elevated position. And quite often contracts to do with that type of energy, you need to get a special lawyer to look over the paperwork to make sure that there's no loopholes or in the contract. It's not uncommon for people to sign the wrong contract when they're in those industries in that position and end up with a shortfall of money. Everybody else is making the money except for you. You might be making decent money, but they're making way times more. And so it's really important. It's sitting right on this this energy of, you know, that maybe both these people are lawyers. Who knows? That would be an interesting divorce, wouldn't it? But maybe that's what's going on. Or it could be talking about lawyers collaborating to put you in this position if it's not to do with the love part. Although this does, it's talking about, quite often this card is talking about something fishy in your love life. This also can represent secret societies like cults, and you know, there's all sorts of secret societies out there, and you need to be aware of what those are and make sure you're not aligning yourself with energy that you don't want to be aligning yourself with. And then we have the energy of marriage. So isn't this interesting? Where's the marriage card coming from? This is the official marriage card. So could this be another cup of love being offered to the Queen of Swords, and she's entertaining it? Now, perhaps this is, maybe she's the one who stepped out and in this energy, and she's the one who left the relationship, and this is possibly someone that wants to marry her now that they've made this divorce, like maybe now that they're getting divorced and that's all, maybe it's almost through. We don't really know the timeline here. So whatever this energy is, generally if you're on your destined path, you're not sneaking around in the background cheating. So this could be some energy that comes in after the divorce, and now you've met someone and you're in this elevated position, or maybe they are, and you end up getting married. This could represent even the Hierophant energy, that you end up, this blessing in disguise could be more than just, you know, someone that empowers you in this situation that you're in, but also wants to marry you. This, or sometimes this doesn't have to be marriage. This could be partnerships in business. It could be someone that comes along and wants to empower you in your business, a commitment, or maybe it could even be both, you know, it's that type of energy. So this is saying basically that the beginning of fulfillment, and it's talking about, you know, you have the down payment for the castle, but you still have to make the mortgage payments, or you have met the person, the question was popped and the answer was yes. So now it's about, you know, having the wedding, and then you have to move forward and put some energy into the relationship for it to come to the ultimate fulfillment that you want. There's some information. This is another knight coming in here now. So this isn't the knight. This is the Knight of Swords. So this is someone that has been working for either the queen or the king. And I feel like they're going to let someone know. Oh my goodness. The queen or the king here, whichever this is, are have a new lover, or this sort of energy is happening. There's some sort of commitment being made with someone else here now. And they are running to someone, possibly to the people responsible for this energy, or from this energy, to let someone know that this commitment is starting to take place here. Now, the Knight of Swords represents, you know, communication far and wide from, you know, the knights in the old days, that would be the only way they had of long distance communication. So as just like with the page, this information could come in those many ways that we have now. But this is saying that this person quite often can represent like an energy of a fool rushing in. This is the energy of, he's got his sword up, but we can only see half of it. It's cut off. So perhaps he only has half the information. We can't see the point, and maybe he can't either. And there's a red flag flying from the back of his helmet here. Look how stressed out his horse is. Like, they're both, like, this is like press the panic button kind of energy. There's something like, oh, the Hierophant, perhaps, you know, the Hierophant is now involved in a relationship with the Queen of Swords energy. And they're getting married, and now he's looking into this, and we're all in big trouble. That kind of energy. He's running against the wind and through barren land. So this is saying, you know, panic, like press the panic button. That's the energy I'm picking up, anxiety. And it's to do with this disappointment here. Look at that. That third cup energy. So this is talking about whatever sent you to, you know, having the dark night of the soul, and that was the Queen of Swords energy, or the energy you were in at that time. That's what they're running to talk about, is like she is not disappointed sitting under a tree anymore. She has healed her heart and open her heart up, and she's accepted an offer of love, and it happens to be from someone who is in the traditional structure and has a lot of pull. This is an authority figure that brings justice down to earth. So someone in the court system is, and I feel that's clarifying. And remember also that when we were talking about the Queen, she was like willing to accept this blessing in disguise from the Hierophant. And maybe the blessing is not just the justice coming in, but it's also talking about some energy of love. Because now we have the universe saying, take this fourth cup of love, and this person is like, no way, I'm not taking it. And I feel like this is saying they never thought she would accept a cup of love from anyone ever again after what was happened to her. Interesting. I do not feel that this is her taking back this person. I think this is moving forward with someone new, not with someone who caused the stink. And I feel like the person who caused the stink might have been someone involved in a secret society energy, and that's the secret society, like saying, oh my God, they're not under the tree anymore. They've accepted this cup of love from someone that can actually empower them, and now they're looking into this. And that would be that 10th cup then, right here. So yeah, someone's been juggling morals. This isn't talking about multitasking, but it could be about someone who's been very busy multitasking, but it's talking about juggling 2 pentacles here. So 2 different, there's something not, that these pentacles here, that's representing, I feel, this energy. So it's not just that there was a divorce settlement here. This has something to do with the reason why there's money missing here. And why it's, whatever has happened could be from this ex-partner, causing all this heartache, that they maybe didn't want to let the Queen of Swords go. It could be that energy, and they expected after everything that happened that she would never accept a cup of love from someone again, but she has. And I feel like it's this Hierophant energy, someone with authority, someone that can make pull. It's either that or this King of Swords is not represent. But I feel that the Queen and King of Swords appearing together here, that this definitely is a couple energy. Interesting. So this is talking about, if you are multitasking and you're really, really busy, maybe that's why you were in this position, why she ended up like that. She was so busy dealing with whatever was going on in the relationship. She didn't have time to look into things like she normally would. And that was the distraction. It was purposeful. It was calculated. So that she would be so busy dealing with all the shift that was happening in her life that she never had time to look into things properly. That could very much be someone that caused problems in her career. That was this energy here, this past lover, past... this doesn't have to be someone she was married to, but definitely someone who's separated from someone that was a committed relationship. And quite often it is someone that you were married to and divorced to, still wanting to cause you these problems. And this is about, this card basically says juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. And this is transition coming in. So yeah, like this is the energy, the Grim Reaper's coming into town, changes are coming. There's going to be, because this energy is speaking how serious this energy was. This person was left for unalive. And they didn't expect this person to get back up. They didn't think the Queen of Swords was going to get back up, and they sure didn't expect her to heal her heart and accept an offer for someone that could investigate what's happened here. And so there's a major transition coming in. This is a blessing. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. And this is saying, that I feel like this person here is like bartering, can I offer you some money, Grim Reaper? We want you to, turn around and leave our town. You don't really want to be here. And the young people here are giving him the flower. They want the change. And this is, the king has been trampled. Now, this isn't actually a king. This is representing traditional structure that has fallen, basically, that is now in disarray. And this Hierophant energy is putting it back into order. So Yeah, the transition basically is that there's going to be justice for what happened here. The truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Like, what do we have here as far as, we have the Hierophant, we have this energy here, and the Chariot sometimes can represent the police coming to arrest, or there could be some sort of energy around that. And the energy of, there was one more. Oh, the truth. And when you are in court, you say you're going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God, and you swear on a Bible. Now this energy here is, the truth is coming out about this sabotage. And this is, it's not here yet, but there's another cup of love coming. And when that cup of love comes in, then this is when this transition, and this is like, this is panicking on other people. Whoops, sorry, my cat just knocked my camera. You knocked the camera, Stella. So then this is talking about that I feel this Queen of Swords energy, this is representing the collective, has accepted this cup of love. She's not, she didn't stay in this energy, she healed this. And there's going to be a major transition happening that nobody thought was going to happen. They did not expect her to get up from this energy. And so now they're really like, there was a lot of juggling going on, and now they're like trying to backtrack, and what are we going to do? This could involve some sort of secret society, cult, some sort of energy around that. Sometimes, you know, this energy can be, there's a lot of different societies, and sometimes it can be religions and that have their own rituals, their own rules, and if you break them, they take them very seriously. So then we have the Page of Cups here, saying this is this new cup of love coming in that they thought she would never accept. They thought they didn't expect her to get back up again. And so this is now talking about, you know, how her heart, she healed her heart. And the King of Swords energy is, this is about going to court. Like, definitely there's going to be some court action here, I feel. Some sort of traditional structure, some sort of energy of like the physical courts, not just in spiritual court. That's what that's saying. If you're leaving the reading here, please do give it a like and comment, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. I would be so honored if you did so. Okay, so we're going to look into this some more now. We have, this is from my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. And this energy is from courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I began this oracle in 2007. I'm an artist, and in 2020 I completed all the paintings. I have a website, talesfromthevector.com. It has all the paintings in the gallery, and this is the numbers on these cards represent the order they're in. At this time I'm gathering information to put in the booklet that you put with the, you know, with the cards. I have quite a bit of information on my website, just a small paragraph about each of the paintings, kind of where they come from, etc. So if you're interested, you can take a look there. It'll be in the description box below, and I'll put the cards in the order they appear here, so you know which paintings to look for. So this is about transition. For whatever reason, my Tales from the Vector deck wants to always bring this energy out. There's a major transition happening. It's happening very soon. We have that energy from the Chariot coming in. There's a part of this is about letting go of the attachment to the outcome. The karmic space of attachment is about, you know, it's the mother of all the karmic spaces, because if you become attached to someone or something, it can cause you to hang on to situations too long, and then you end up stopping the wheel of fortune for being able to move forward in your favor. Or, you know, like, it won't stop, but it'll take longer because you have to unattach from that energy. And then we have the moon. And this is talking about the cycles of the moon. At this time, we don't really, astrologically, there's very few new energies out there for a change. We do have a moon coming up on the 16th, but that's like a good 10 days away. So that's the new moon will be in Taurus. Other than that, you know, we do have the, I feel the most prominent energy right now is Gemini in, Uranus in Gemini, and possibly the Pluto energy as well, being in retrograde. It's an intense energy. Basically, bottom line, the Uranus energy in Gemini is talking about a lot of different truths coming in a lot of different ways. That's, you know, if you want to know more about that, check out my the playlist of new moon, full moon energy. And you know, I have a lot about that there. And also I have beginning, middle, and end of month readings for each of the horoscope signs. The all-star energy is talking about opening the third eye and really being able to use your intuition as well as your logic right here on this card. So these swords are double-edged. One edge is your intuition and the other edge is your logic. And that's how you come to creative solutions. You need to use both. Definitely there was someone in the past, in a relationship in the past, and I feel it was between this king and this queen of pentacles, or of swords. The grass is greener on the other side because it is fake. So it's kind of like, you know, someone stepped out and then they realized, oh, this energy, you know, like, why did I do that? I gave up the Queen of Swords for another energy. And the sun here represents, this is God's energy. And the good news is it's saying that the outcome for this is going to be a happy outcome. And I feel it's talking about this transition here of energy. And I feel this is the Hierophant bringing this in and saying that, shedding light on the situation between these two, that the grass is greener on the other side and it was fake. And so now this can represent, this energy is in regret. Whoever was, whoever in the relationship was the one that stepped away from it is the one that's in regret, and the one that didn't step away from it is the one that is going to end up happy in this other energy, if that makes sense to you. And then we have the Chariot coming in again. So the Chariot is on this heartbreak, and as soon as this Queen of Swords energy, and I feel like it's sitting on the King of Swords too, so take it whichever way. And also remember, the Queen could be a male in his feminine energy and the King could be a female in masculine. So, you know, take it however it works for you. But when it's saying that when this heartache and the heart heals and forgiveness is here, and remember, you can forgive someone and it doesn't mean you're going to reconcile with them. This is, you know, people quite often show you who they are the first time around. So that would be up to you. It's not up to me to say, but this is talking about someone from the past realizing that the grass wasn't greener on the other side, it was fake, and they want to come back into your relationship. Now that would be up to you. I would say accept a new cup of love rather than an old one. But that's just because of seeing from the past how people do tend to show you who they really are the first time around. And especially if you're in all this regret and there's been so much conflict, and now the Wheel of Fortune is moving forward, you could end up putting yourself in a position, if you're attached to that energy, that when the karma hits, and that Chariot is representing karma coming in, that you would be attached to that, and then you're going to suffer the karma instead of having a transition in your lifestyle, moving into this other energy here. This also could be talking about having married this relationship when it first came in, being one that was not so much on the up and up, and it was more around this energy, and it could have been to do with money. So you have to just use your intuition with this energy. I feel like, though, whatever the Hierophant is going to bring in the blessing in disguise, and I feel like this energy between these two is full of conflict. And so I would go with the Hierophant. It's the only other person we have out here really that could be involved in, you know, as a character, that type of energy, unless it's just talking about someone you meet in the future. But it feels like it's the Hierophant to me. We have the Taurus energy. So this is talking about Venus. This is about love. I think Venus is also moved into Gemini this week at some point. This is learning the give and take in life. And, you know, if you think of toddler, the toddler energy, this is, Taurus is the second sign in the zodiac. So, you know, if toddler energy can be really lovable, but when you ask them to share and they don't want to, that energy can be like a bull in a china shop. You know, if you've ever seen a toddler, you know, at the checkout at the grocery store where all the chocolate bars are and the candy, you know, calculated marketing, and you tell them no. We've all seen that, where they just have a meltdown after, you know, being in the store and shopping for groceries and all of that. So this energy is talking about learning the give and take and learning how to share, basically, but not necessarily your lover, that type of energy. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in. Yeah, that being more mature, I guess, about the learning. Like if you learn from your lessons, that's when the Wheel of Fortune tends to start moving forward. And then we have this energy of Temperance. Now, the Temperance card, interestingly enough, I was like, I wasn't sure what to do with this card. I'm going to put it here. The Temperance card is about Earth Angel energy, and it's talking about having devotion to your path and following that path. And there's, you know, in the Bible it says 144,000 Earth Angels come down, God sends to Earth to make the world a better place. So we're talking about guardian angels, that type of event, people who are have a high spiritual vibration that want to make the world a more beautiful place. I did. I was doing random shift readings this morning and this afternoon. I started, and I had gone to lay down from having, like, I'm going to just have a 20-minute nap, and then I'm going to do the reading, because I was feeling really tired. And I woke up 4 hours later, which is really weird for me. So I was already late doing the reading. And then when I did the reading, both the Earth Angels and the Galactic Star energy said they were on strike. And they've had enough, and I didn't know that angels could go on strike. So then I thought, well, if they're on strike, then I'm going to, like, I don't want to cross them, you know, I don't want to cross the picket line. So I'm just turning this card over for now. I'm waiting, like, I got clarification. You know, there's something going on. There's a major shift, I feel, but I don't have a good handle on it. But I could feel it. It was like, there's some major shift happening, and I was getting kind of the feeling like if you're a grown, and this is how a grown-ass adult, and you are involved in sabotage energy against other human beings in this way, you learned how to give and take. You learned what's right and wrong when you were a toddler. And you can't, like, even if when the Earth Angels and the Galactic Star energy, everybody is just fed up. You're a grown-ass adult, act like one. You're going to have to suffer the consequences. And I feel like it's an energy of, like, in the past, it was kind of like, okay, let's give them another chance. And it's like, time's up. Pick a side. You're an adult. You need to decide how you are going to behave. It's done. Like the Earth, when the Earth Angels and the Galactic Star energy have just said we've had enough, then I knew, okay, well, I went and I just did, you know, sat and meditated for a while before even doing this reading. And I'm not even bringing their reading in right now because I don't want to cross the picket line. In the morning, maybe when I post this, I'll have a better idea of what's going on. This energy is talking about life's a slice, hold the drama. I feel like there's been a lot of drama on planet Earth, and it's kind of like I got the very distinct impression that the Earth Angels and the Galactic Star energy will be there for the victims of the whatever has happened. They will be there for children, animals, the innocent. And if you're a grown-ass adult and you can't figure it out by now, you've been given enough chances. Decide how you're going to carry yourself. Make a decision, because your time is up. Yeah, no more chances for you. You've been warned. This is saying use your intuition. Usually this is a joyful card, but like was a very, very strange energy. I had planned to do 2 more readings after that, and I just decided, well, if they're on strike, I don't want to cross the picket line. I'm going to just stay. I'm going to wait. And I meditated for a while and then realized, okay, it's okay to go ahead and do a reading, but I'm not bringing them into it. If you're involved in this kind of energy, you're on your own. You know, you're going to just have to answer to God now. Your guardian angels, your earth angels, your the galactic energy, the intergalactic federation of light. Everybody's just done. Grow up is what they're saying. Grow up. And there's actually some more firm language than that, but I think you get the picture. So I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. Give it a like and comment if you have, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the channel. I'll have updates on the strike probably in my next daily reading. Bye for now. Come on, little Stella.